This video is not intended to offend anybody at home. The Second Run Reels team does not believe in discrimination or bigotry in any way, shape, or form. This is simply a mockery and a parody of history's dumbest mistake in history. Please enjoy the video.
And just cause these here tales is about critters like Bear Rabbit and Bear Fox, that don't mean they ain't the same like can happen to folks. So them what can't learn from a tale about critters just ain't got their ears tuned for listening. Like it's not, they too busy going along all mixed up with their own troubles.
Here you go.
Setting a timer?
Yeah, I'll start time. 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutos. I haven't started it yet.
Alright.
Hey, get out of my fucking Hawaiian rolls, you fucking breadfeed.
And you too, sir. Oh, it's good to have a man in the house today.
So when's Michael Fassbender gonna come out?
I love noisy children. It makes it so much easier to tell where they are and what they're up to.
Did you see the death stare he gave that guy? See now, in real life, she wouldn't have touched that little black slave boy endearingly.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's
a Disney.
It is a Disney.
We gotta have a little bit.
It happened on one of them zippity-doo-dah days.
Why are you turning it down? Why are you turning it down? I can see him now.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. Something about a wonderful day. This shit is racist, but I'm not gonna say that it totally is. And I'm on the second verse now, still don't know. Feel like I'm being followed by a big white fellow. And still walking around. Definitely feel like I'm being fucking followed by a white guy. Fuck. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm just gonna walk away.
Rames.
I'm not Ramus. I'm not Ramus.
Yeah, you're Rames.
Oh no, I'm not Ramus.
Well,
I'm just a black dude in Ventura. There's no plantations. It's 2019. Let me go. YouTube, please. Please, YouTube.
Welcome to the Second Run Reels show, where today we're reviewing Song of the South. Very
right at me.
It's coming down to the plantation.
selective film. Today we got myself, Ken, we got Dale Riley, Jeffrey, Jenny, DerF, who is taking the place of Pat, because Pat couldn't be here today, and here we have our special guest of the evening, Yule Woods.
Yeah, the
Ethnic sprinkle.
Yeah, the little chocolate sprinkle you throw on top of the sundae.
Song of the South is a very old Disney movie that has been banned because it is very racist, and
it makes light of slave life on the
Okay,
plantation.
wait. You guys gotta sell it like it's an actual film. Song of the South follows Johnny, a little white boy running around a plantation who loses his daddy, and the only way that he can find coke is from the little, I was about to say a really bad word, the happy slave in a cabin telling Bear Rabbit stories. It's an hour and a half of a kid getting psychiatric help from a schizophrenic slave.
pretty much.
That was good.
Yeah, that was really
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Were you gonna say the N-word?
Yeah, I was gonna drop that.
Look at his skin color. He gets a pass.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
Is he able to say that?
I'm gonna call in my lifeline and call my mom and make sure it's okay.
Mom, can I say the N-word?
Save it. It's okay.
Oh, I thought you were actually calling. What?
But we watched it, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Very, very of its time. Maybe even,
Would you say it was ahead of its time?
yeah.
No, I think
ahead
it's
ahead by about 100
I think it's
years.
2019 ready.
Yeah.
We could have dropped it now.
Yeah.
No problem.
Its innovations were in the animation, not in the actual plot, in the dialogue or anything. Just the animation.
For one, I do want to start with
The animation was
Yeah.
very...
Yeah.
like.
I was surprised how good it was for the animation. I was like, wow.
Yeah, because.
Well, I mean, it's a Disney movie.
But,
Yeah, I know, but-
it's the 40s
It's
though.
a.
Wait,
Yeah, but it's a
alright,
Disney
well,
movie.
let's not, because, what was it, Snow White came out in 1932?
even though the animation was good, it's one thing to like do a good animated movie. It's another thing to do a good CGI movie for the fucking 40s. Like I expected to see like hard clipping or be like that looks fucking fake. But putting Ramus into the frame a lot of times, it was really really convincing to me. Everything that happens is below the waist for me.
It was seamless.
Yeah, it was very seamless.
So it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like I thought they were gonna openly use the N-word.
Okay,
I was like,
come on. It is.
Look
I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. Like I actually thought it was worse.
What happens when he says it? What happens?
Wait. Are you eating chicken right now?
Yeah, you know what? This video is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. It's not even a parody. I just like.
He said the N-word.
I didn't say anything. This video is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Fuck you too, Chick-fil-A.
Don't say the N-word on our podcast.
Shut up.
We are the not to say
I
me.
wake up every morning and say nigger 30 times. It keeps my teeth white. Anyway,
How does it keep your teeth white?
think about it. You guys were talking about the bear and the fox.
Mm-hmm.
Was Bear Rabbit black?
I
Yes.
would say they were all kind of black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Because
were
it
all
was-
supposed to be black.
Especially the
straight.
tar baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was another thing.
Which is literally a tar baby.
Like the accents were really accurate. I'm really curious to know the backgrounds behind all of the actors because they really put it in the South. I don't know where the fuck it was.
Uncle Raymond, this is the best building in the whole United States of Georgia.
The whole United States of Georgia.
There was a lot of black stereotypes, especially
Yeah.
in the bear and the fox.
Yeah.
But like the accents and the voice work actually really on point. I hate to admit it.
Yeah.
You'll like Song of the South.
It's just in 10-10.
But taking that into account, there are a lot of like racist cartoon characters in the Disney movies. Like
Yeah.
if you think
Yeah.
about Peter Pan,
Dumbo.
all those
Peter Pan.
Native Americans on the
Yeah.
island, and like Dumbo, you said all the crows,
Pinocchio.
the Jim Crows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, Pinocchio.
That one was really bad. Yeah.
So it's not uncommon for Disney to take stereotypes into their cartoons,
Yeah.
especially back in the olden days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like an interesting concept,
That would just went bad.
but like the more you think about it, the less and less it works.
You are lying.
Hit or miss, I guess they never miss. You got a boyfriend, I bet he
Oh shit, okay.
It's like I wanted to go see it. I'm like, Peter Pan and Hook are friends?
Yeah.
What? And then I came out and I was like, oh man.
I think they're
What?
too good of friends.
One thing that did piss me off about the story was the story. Like, what the fuck?
It was so hard
It
to
had
follow.
like no
Yeah.
story.
There was nothing like happening half the time. Like
It's
they were
like
all
The only thing that was happening was the dog subplot, to where they wanted to drown a dog, and the little boy had to hide a dog. That's like the only thing that really happens in this movie.
It's honestly the most memorable thing that happens in the film.
I kind of sense some like divorce
Yeah.
subplot in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's never explained like what's going on there. It's just like
They're not
your
supposed-
dad's got to go away, and I'm gonna flip out about it, and then they just like they're living there now,
Yeah.
and
Probably.
I don't know, man.
And-
We
and-
needed subtitles.
And
for the movie.
going on the parents, like the mom was like really.
She was the racist.
She was like, you could tell like
She didn't have to
she
act.
was maybe racist like in real
That's what I'm saying.
life.
She didn't have to act. She was like, just get on the camera and be
Yeah, the way she'd
Morgan
look at
Vincent and, Donald
Remus,
the Wing?
yeah, it was just like
Disgust.
what the- yeah. She's like,
What are you?
disgusted with his presence. She's like, I don't want you talking my son no more. They're chanting something about wanting to be in the front. No, wait, that was 1960. Never mind.
They were doing that.
I fucked it up.
Fucked it all up.
Damn.
Goddamn.
Fucked up history.
Yeah.
Nah, that was Woodrow Wilson.
History's always fucked up though. I mean,
It's
Fucked
true.
up history.
but you know, I honestly feel like this movie. I think it was like. This is the thing I want to talk about it, but I feel like this movie is trying to like straddle two lanes. I don't know if it's trying to be like a family movie or if it's actually trying to like tell a story.
It's trying to be a family movie.
But then what was the beginning scene? Because not the beginning scene, but like the opening scene that you guys were talking about. Like I guess back in that time, wasn't divorce a really big deal? Like to get divorced.
Well,
was,
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
really taboo?
because women didn't have like
Yeah.
Yeah.
rights at all.
This was 3 to 10 years after the Civil War had ended.
So we're still going on.
So Lincoln's dead.
Lincoln's dead.
Yeah.
Do you think they're like when they were like writing this? You know, I don't think we should do it as slaves because someone's gonna think, you know, it's pretty bad. It's after the Civil War. It's fine that they're happy that they're there.
Or Disney will just throw in some animated rabbits.
They'll never notice.
All right, fuck it, I guess.
Yeah, and see, like, that's the thing about this movie. Like, they depict slavery to be a good thing.
It's like really happy. Everyone's singing songs.
Yeah.
It's like a little village of just slaves, like da da.
Yeah,
da,
like that was the facade. That
they're all coming home from a hard day's work, singing like da da.
Meanwhile, in like in 12 Years a Slave, you have Michael Fassbender. Whip her.
So that's the thing, but like they would make these stories up so that you know the ranch hands and the farm owners and stuff like that wouldn't know that they're secretly talking about them, like talking shit about them.
Yeah.
Like they would tell these like secret stories and stuff like that, or sing these secret songs just to like you know put these messages across or whatnot.
Yeah.
And like that was done a lot. I know in some places it was done a lot in their like religious. They would like allow the religious stuff, but they would just basically talk shit about everyone.
Yeah.
That or
That's
Plan
what you
Escape.
Yeah, pretty much. It was they like had these secret ways to talk to each other that the white folk couldn't understand.
Right.
Them honkies.
You said it. Put a honky count up, please.
That's one honky. Now two. No, wait, three, because you
Four.
said
You're like four.
4?
Yeah, you're pretty deep.
Honky.
Pretty deep in the honkies.
Yeah.
Honky.
What is a honky?
Honk,
That's
honk.
the nigger
Honky.
version of white people.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a wigger.
No.
Oh,
That's the more modern thing. Back in the day.
Wait, a wigger?
Jive Turkey.
Yeah.
Don't call me honky, I'm a
You
honka.
call me?
The donka?
Jive Chicken.
The dongos? Let's bump some
Hey,
dongos.
oh boy.
But there were so many scenes in the Bear Rabbit world where like they depict ways that black people have died. I mean, like the tarring is a thing.
The hanging
Obviously.
was bad.
The hanging was so in your face. I was like, fuck, this is a
Yeah.
kids movie. It's supposed to be like family friendly.
Like, why are they?
and then the burning alive at the last.
Oh yes, that's right. And Burning Alive
I
at the
don't
last
know.
one.
I don't know what they were thinking when they were writing this. Like, this is a good idea.
Yeah, but I
Disney was an anti-Semite, so
I,
anti-Semite.
yeah.
If I remember correctly, this movie was based on a book called like Uncle Remus's Cabin. I don't know if it was based on like real stories from like the slave days or if it was like fabricated or something like that, but that was like what is the word? Allegories
Right, yeah.
for like the crap that would happen to them, the Briar Rabbit and all that stuff. So basically he was telling this little white kid shit stories about his about his ancestors.
And actually, I like that because now you can think of it as he's telling like real stories that happen, and the kid's like Disneyfying it and making it cute. So that actually kind of works.
So you're saying the entire happy. So the whole movie's from the kid's eye.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's why they're all singing and stuff because the kid just sees it like this is like what they like
Yeah,
to do.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now you guys are like, this is a good movie.
Yo, one song in the South.
10 out of 10.
What are you doing with my kids?
Are you alright? Say this is cartoon.
You're just kind of lying. We're gonna go fuck in that bush. And I'm gonna watch.
From now on, I want you to stay away from jumping.
Wow, it just took an hour and a half for you to figure that out.
That's how it ends.
You serious?
Yeah. No, basically she's like, no, leave him alone, and then he goes away, and that's it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is more like you're cringing kind of because it's like, you know, it's racist and it's bad. But 12 Years a Slave is legitimately hard to watch.
But
and if that's allowed here, then obviously I think Song of the South.
I think the two parallels divide though is that 12 Years a Slave is a movie that stands to explain information, a lot of information that a lot of people don't know exists. Because that was a true story. It was a emasculated slave who went back into the slave trade and had to fight his way back out. Song of the South depicts actual thought processes in that time. And I think that's what makes it so much harder, not so much harder to watch, but I guess it's harder to digest.
Yeah.
Is the fact that like
People thought this way.
exactly, and like this movie is innocent in those times.
Even though it did insult obviously a whole race of people, I don't think it meant to. It rather just showed the perspective of that time through that kid's eyes. If it was adults, it still wouldn't be okay, but it'd be slightly better.
Yeah, because it's like they're like, because you could see like, oh, they're trying to show you how kids stop, but the way that this thing was like marketed and stuff, it just makes them glorify it.
Yeah, it's
basically.
sort of glorifying slavery.
Both set of children. Where was the father? A missing father. That was Ramus. He was an uncle. He was being a father. And the two boys that were going to drown the puppy, they could have not been like that. They could have been really nice to doggies. They could have been like, oh, we're going to be friends. But because little Johnny was hanging out with little Dark Boy, it just shows that if you don't discipline your kids, they're going to be dicks.
I don't know. I mean, I know quite a bit of Black history, especially slavery, but I don't know a lot about children playing together, and I just feel like, obviously, again, it was taboo.
I think that was just part of the whole making it look better than it was.
Yeah.
For that, in defense of that, there were some slave owners, because it was a normal thing back in those times. Perhaps this family is good to their slaves, and they know Uncle Remus since he's been there a long time.
Yeah.
He knows how to, run
but I mean,
plantation. So
they just gave him free reign.
Well, you catch any man with a kid in a cabin, I mean, that's bad news.
I'ma fuck that rabbit one fucking minute.
No, please.
My great-grandmother, they still remember colored water fountains. So, I mean, this is still within a current 100 years. So, for the 40s, I feel like there's still a lot of people who are like, yeah, we still need to stay separate. So, at what point do they depict slavery in a limelight or like a good thing? Because I just feel like the audience is obviously not black. I mean, it's obviously not black. So, if it is towards white folks, then what was the point of Disneyfying slavery or making it look prettier than
that
it was?
way they don't feel as bad.
Maybe.
I guess so.
Just so they can justify what they've done.
Yeah.
Justify their history.
Yeah, they're like, they're like, look, they're having fun picking all that cotton.
I told you
we
it
never
wasn't
did
a
anything
bad
wrong.
thing.
Right. It's good.
I love Tinky. I love you. I love you.
Did I hear a dog in here?
No, I'm a human being.
Johnny, what the fuck is that?
I'm DerF. Nice to meet you. I meet you.
Don't extend your hand to me, you dog.
It's a paw, but okay.
This is Tinchy.
Tinchy?
That's my slave name.
You don't gave him a slave name? We ain't keeping no dogs in this plantation.
Please, I need Tinchy.
No, boy. You don't get no dog in this here plantation. We are proud orange farmers. And we are about to expand to Tahiti. But yeah, you can't keep that dog.
Oh, please.
No.
I need Tinchy.
No.
Please.
No.
The other boys, they're going to throw him in a river. They're going to kill him. I don't know what to do. Please.
Stop being a pussy.
Tinchy, where are you?
Full man.
Tinchy! Oh my goodness, I've been looking for you for so long.
Riddle, rattle, riddle, rattle, riddle, battle, riddle, battle.
Tinchy, they're gonna take you away from me. They're gonna drown you in a lake. I don't know what to do.
Oh, we should hide me. That briar patch can, that can do fine. I can hide in the briar patch.
It's not gonna work, Tinchy. It's not gonna work.
My name's DerF. I've told you this like 6 times.
I don't know what to do, Tinchy. Uncle Remus!
What the fuck you want now?
My dog needs sanctuary.
Do I look like sanctuary?
He's mangy. He needs somewhere to be.
I
Please.
am an indentured servant.
So am I. I'm a dog.
I'm
We're the same.
Please.
We're the same.
We're not
My
the same.
face is black under all this white fur. I'm a polar bear.
Polar bears aren't black.
Yes, they are. Underneath. Under the white fur is all black.
No, see.
I can prove
You're
it.
trying to pull wool over my eyes, get into my cabin. My cabin!
Please.
It's Tinchy.
That ain't no damn dog.
If you don't take
Little white
care
boys
of,
want to kill me.
if you don't take care of Tinchy, then
You know what? You gotta say call my dude did shit. I don't care.
Please.
Tishy, your name Tishy.
No, my name's DerF.
DerF
Tinchy's my slave name.
Your name Tishy now. You gonna You can pick some cotton with me?
I'm made out of cotton.
That's fine. We can use
Okay,
you.
sounds good.
Alright, I'll take care of Tinchy.
I'm gonna go with a cotton
You need
gin.
to take care of Tinchy? That's right, I'm gonna take real good care of her. You better get your little white hands off me, homie. I tell you bear rabbit stories. I give you my slave food. I let you feel like one of us. That's enough. Don't touch me. DerF, get your ass out. Yeah, I call him DerF. What the hell is what's the Tinchy DerF? See what you're doing to me? I'll get my ass whooped. Get my ass whooped for you. It's a black man, a little white boy. I don't know what the fuck. This must be like a movie or some shit, cause I don't understand myself sometimes. I'm just gonna go. Don't ask for nothing more, okay? Cause I ain't got no mayonnaise, no marshmallows, what the fuck else y'all eat, okay? Fuck up.
It's a fantastical tale about a guy who tells his kid a bunch of stories or whatnot, and Disney reads that and he's like, what? He's probably not thinking about the repercussions of making it. He's probably thinking, this is a good book
That I can sell.
that I can make money off of.
Yeah.
So, thinking about it as like a Mary Poppins situation, I think that's what it was more so than lightening the atrocities of slavery.
As there are now, there's not as many social
Yeah, they probably didn't think
rules.
it was as bad because of the times
Yeah.
that they were in. Because they stopped making this film on VHS and all that other platforms and whatnot by like 73, and then they all together stopped, like banned the movie in the 80s somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
And see, that's kind of where segregation gets a foothold. Is like late 60s, mid to early 70s. It's like almost gone, and in the 80s, it's just not a thing.
so
anymore.
it makes sense since it was like a switch in the views of that kind of thing. Whereas in the 40s, it probably wasn't as like, we probably shouldn't make this.
Yeah. Mm. I think it's a bit of both. I think it goes a lot into Walt Disney not seeing any problems with it, and then it also goes into the actual crew and people making it like, we cannot release this and like release it how it not should be, but like in a more realistic light. So they probably Disneyfied it enough to sell it. So I think
Okay,
it's probably a bit
I have a
both.
question for you.
Yep.
So if Charlie Chaplin was going to scrap The Great Dictator, which made fun of Adolf Hitler because he thought it would offend people, then why couldn't Walt Disney during the same exact time go, I might offend someone? Because I think it was the President of the United States of America, thank you by the way, if the President is willing to laugh at racist things, then which way should the racism be laughed at?
I think that comes down to the audience personally, because like nowadays, if you open your mouth, it's not going to end well for you.
But you know, obviously, people who get offended very easily are not going to watch this video. It is all dependent on the audience. Obviously, we shouldn't make fun of others just like to make fun of them. Like if you make fun of one group of people, you have to make fun of all group of people.
And I think there's a really good point, because I always wondered what makes Blazing Saddles work. Because I live by that movie. It's such a good movie, though. That's the problem. And like I watch it a lot with people. Like I watch it with my girlfriend's family. Yes, I know that sounds like a terrible situation.
Wow.
Yeah. Her father got up and walked out, and I
Really?
don't think her mom was there to watch it. Yeah.
Were you the one who said to watch it?
No, actually, Mari and I had already watched it prior, and it was on Netflix, and we're like, let's watch it again. And her sister and her sister's boyfriend was there, and her brother was there, so we watched it. And I felt so bad because I'm laughing at all the jokes, like especially the part. Oh my god! That makes
But
me
they were
cry
probably
every
all
time.
like looking at it, and sort of like changing their eyes like this, like is he laughing?
Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt so bad because I'm like, it's such a good movie. I laugh every time. Mel Brooks kills it.
Which
I don't
part?
care.
What was the part?
That gets when he goes outside and he's like, "Good morning, ma'am. And isn't it just a lovely morning? Up yours, nigger." And he just walks off, and I was like, "It's beautiful."
And he just smiles.
Yeah, he's like.
In Blazing Saddles, Mel Brooks was faced with two options. One, show the black guy getting hanged, which he didn't. Or two, keep his bean farting scene. And guess which part annoyed people the most?
The bean farting scene.
Exactly, even though there was a lynching man saying he was gonna lynch him. But no, let's fucking have artistic up about farts. So the 70s was more lax on racism, if anything.
So you think that Mel Brooks could have pushed the envelope more? Huh. So I guess I guess again that comes back to knowing the audience, and I feel like maybe Mel Brooks just mastered that.
You know, it's making fun of like why would you do that?
Yeah,
like he's being completely nice to you. You're just gonna fucking insult him just because of the color of his skin.
Also, if you want to see an even more racist movie than Song of the South or 12 Years a Slave, watch this movie called White Dog.
Back to Song of the South, though.
So, going into this film, what did you guys expect? Because from what I've heard, it's not like condemned, but at the same time, people were just like
people kind of go,
yeah, like it really like chafes people. So I knew about the name, I didn't know anything about the movie.
Yeah.
So going into it, I didn't really know what to expect. I was expecting like full on just no.
But I mean, it had great animation. It had a few touching moments in it. If I had to say anything good about it, just the fact that Uncle Remus is willing to help out this boy that clearly is considered above him, you know, and that there's an innocence in the sense that, you know, we could still be kind to each other. I think that definitely was a theme within the film, is that we could still be kind to each other, although with all the bad stuff that it wasn't supposed to, you know, like it did do.
The damage.
Yeah, the damage that it did do without like intent, with intent, whatever they had in mind. I still think that there are still a few light moments, because it's important to even in the most heinous things to see a little good, or at least try to, because you don't fight hate with hate. The only way that you can fight hate is with love. And there's a documentary called Accidental Courtesy, where this black guy who plays jazz goes around and he actually helps converts Klans members into non-racist people. So I think it does have sort of these little moments, and I feel like you have to live with them, because not everything is all bad. There's a source, and you can cure it, hopefully. So yeah, I don't think the movie is you know, great in the respect of how it treats slavery. Not very tasteful. But I do think that it does at least try to show a little bit of togetherness. I mean, with the little slave boy and Johnny playing together, and obviously the relationship with Remus and Johnny. So.
And the bull.
It's a nice way to look at it.
Yeah, the bull really liked Johnny.
Just a little bit.
Fucking
spoilers.
Killed him.
Yeah.
The only spoiler worth in this goddamn movie, and you went and did it.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah.
We always forget to say that at the beginning.
Whatever.
All right.
I'm just gonna spoil a 40-year-old movie if you ever watched it. I mean, not 40-year-old, from the 40s film.
For me, I going into this movie, I thought it was gonna be actually less racist.
Really?
Yeah, actually, like I thought it was gonna be really subtle, like really, really, really subtle.
So like Pinocchio? No, not Pinocchio. What was more subtle, Pan or Dumbo? I think Dumbo.
I don't know. The parts that got me was like when Brer Rabbit's like hanging in the noose and shit. I'm just like, okay, this is pretty bad. Or just the whole when they're all singing and making slave life look so like, and they do it. It's not like one scene.
It's like 4 or 3 cuts to
and
it.
And they're like long shots, and then like there's just so much of that. I wasn't like blown away by the racism in it, but I was like, it was like slightly more racist than I thought it was gonna be. I really, really, really liked the animation parts. I thought those were pretty cool. I could not understand what they were saying half the time. Really, anyone in this film was kind of hard to understand what they were saying. They had like really thick accents.
Y'all need to live up in the South, so you can get used to the accents now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I can understand that.
Yeah, because I'm talking slow.
It was more like
they were like this, they're like
it's still English.
They're all talking like Boomhauer, right? I can't understand that.
We'll just
but
reduce it by like 2.
Yeah, I mean,
the speed.
Yeah.
All right. What about DerF?
What about DerF?
Well,
DerF wasn't present.
Yes, I was.
If you say so.
But
he's in the movie.
If I was like watching the movie as a child, so historical contents out the window.
Okay.
I don't know anything about slavery.
Okay.
The cartoons were the most interesting parts. and then watching the little girl cry, that would have got my heartstrings, and then seeing the puppy alive at the end would have made me happy. That's it. I'm a child. That's all I need to know. Cartoons, happy ending, crying children.
So what you're saying is that as a movie as a whole, on its objective towards children, it does its job.
It does its job on lightening the subject matter, but it doesn't tell you why the subject matter should be stigma'd. You know what I mean?
I agree. Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
And then we got the one, the only...
Fucking racist! No,
Uncle Raymond. I mean, Yule Woods.
Uncle Woods.
I don't remember doing mine.
You did yours and I did mine, and
what
then
did
Ken
I say?
did his. And
I don't know. Just let him.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, do it again.
Okay, going into it, I think like I said, I expected. Okay, I guess I did say it. Yeah. I expected to be much more racist than I thought it was going to be. I've heard it being stigmatized, and I was like, let's just see what it's about. So it was surprisingly subtle, but it was definitely in your face, and I think that that part was very impressive to me. But as a movie, like, I don't know, growing up, I was told about racism at like 6. So if I had saw this, or not racism, but just slavery in general. So if I had saw this film, I think even having that education, I don't know if I would have picked up on it. I would have been like, slavery. And I would just saw that and been like, okay, so they're depicting slavery. But I wasn't giving the raw stuff until like I was much older. So I guess to me, if I was watching this film as a kid, taking DerF's perspective, it would kind of work. Except I never liked Disney films as a kid. But it would work because you got a black dude and I was like, yo, I see him. And then shit going down with cartoons and stuff. So the movie, again, I agree with DerF. It works. I don't think we're the target audience, not as far as racism goes, but just in general, like, we just don't have the attention span for this kind of film because it's literally 3 cartoons that are just strung together with little live action sequences that don't sell anything. So yeah, the movie doesn't have anything substance-wise, but the movie works. And even though there are racist elements, I think this movie is not a bad film because it shows you what those thought processes were like. And I think a lot of people need to take a time, watch this film just to realize what was going on in that time period. So to me, I can't condemn this film. I actually think a lot of people should go see it. It's not bad. You're not going to have the time of your life. But at the end of the day, I mean, it wasn't honestly like offensive. I wasn't ready to go put my foot through the screen. So I think it was actually okay film.
Okay. How many?
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Let's do reels.
What, did we run over Jeff or did you say yours?
Yeah, Jeff said
real.
Okay, Jeff, how many reels out of 10?
I'm gonna give it a 6.
All right.
Out of 10. I liked it. I mean, even if like the racist background, I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Me?
Yeah, Dale. How many reels?
I'm gonna give the animated parts like a 7 and the live action parts like a 4 or 3.
Okay.
Out of 10.
So average like 5 reels.
Like 5 total.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of like the situation that I have with the original Birth of a Nation. Like they're both like really racist, but.
I think Birth of a Nation's worse.
Yeah, no,
Like,
Birth of a Nation. Yeah, Birth of a Nation is much worse. But like, it doesn't mean like it wasn't badly crafted. Like, yeah.
I think didn't he? What the hell was the rule? Rule of 180 or something?
180 rule. Yeah. I mean, it was
Yeah.
D.W. Griffith, so
A lot of things.
Yeah, but constructed very well. I'll give it. Message could have been a lot better. The way the stuff was portrayed could have been a lot better. But the animation was really good because it's Disney. So I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
DerF? Reels?
How many reels out of 10, DerF?
3/5.
3/5?
Oh
God!
Oh shit!
What? It was a really bad movie. I just want to give it 3/5 of a reel. What's wrong?
All right, yo.
Hey,
Hey,
yo.
reels out of 10.
Jeffy!
See you, Jeff. See you next week.
Maybe.
Maybe.
To me, I think if you looking at it from a historical perspective now, I actually think I would commend the film. And for what it is, I have to actually give it honestly like a 6. But as an actual film, if you were to tell me to sit down and review this film, I would tear it apart. I have to give it like a 3. I just feel like I wasted so much time. Like, like I said, if you're looking at it from a historical, like you really want to get the idea of that time, awesome. Go watch this movie. It's a 7. I can recommend it to you because you're gonna learn some things. But if you're just watching this for entertainment value, it's like a 3. I just
like the live action parts were so hard to trudge through sometimes.
Yeah. They honestly were.
There was nothing happening.
Yeah, and I didn't care. And like the Bear Rabbit, it was like watching Tom and Jerry, but with racism. So
it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that Disney did the animation. I just feel like they didn't bring anything to the table elements wise. Yeah. Oh, I'm hitting the.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
But
yeah,
so I think I'd give it.
All right, so then we're at average of 5 out of 10 reels.
And we're going to put the movie link down in the description below. So if you want to watch this banned movie, you can watch it at the link in the description below rather than buying it from a non-region disc from like Europe or something like that where it's still available.
Yeah,
that's our thing to you.
Watch the movie.
Yes.
Watch it. It's an important movie.
It's your obligation to watch
this.
It's
your obligation.
It's a reflection of who we are as U.S. citizens. At least if you're in the U.S., you should watch it. I think you should watch it outside U.S. too because it's just important to see.
If you're a person, you should watch it.
Yeah, you should just watch it because it's important.
That's me. I'm a person.
You're not a person, Dale.
If you're an alien,
I'm not a person.
Don't be racist.
Get out of here if you're an alien.
Watch this movie.
Okay.
Wait. That can be taken out of context.
Here's looking at you, kid.
And the children were never seen again.
Their bodies were found in the swamp, half eaten by gators.
What was accomplished in this movie?
This time we got him! We got him! That bright rabbit, we got him! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! I want that rabbit to take me to the laughing happy place.
Nope. Because we gonna eat him. We gonna eat him before he gets away again.
The rabbit.
Nope. Nope.
I won't be happy.
Yes, sir. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
It's okay, Mr. Fox. It's okay. Just come saddle up next to me. I'll make you and me both happy.
Oh no! Oh no! Rabbit, what you done? What you done? He playing you a fool! He playing you again! He done tricked you! No! Oh, got my briar. No! 白と黒の分離に成功した。私が生まれた翌朝、あんたは捨てられた。だけど生きていた。